We are now to question number 55, that is now talking about parabolas. I think these are some of the harder questions on the test. Number 55 says, write the equation of a parabola with a vertex of 0, 0 and a focus of 0, 1. Vertex of 0, 0, focus of 0, 1. Now class, I will tell you, when I process this type of question, I would much rather see this in a graph, and since you don't have a graph to work with here, you don't have graph paper, we can just go ahead and sketch one real quick. Let's go ahead and I'll do the best I can to sketch it neatly so you guys can see what I'm doing. The vertex is going to be at 0, 0. I'll put it right there. The focus is going to be at 0, 1. Let's change colors so you see that. Let's just say right here, this is at 0, 1. And I'm going to label that as my focus. Let's label the blue dot as my vertex. Now we know the directrix is going to be on the bottom because we know the vertex is always between the focus and the directrix. But for this problem, we don't need to know what the directrix is. What we do need to know is, what is the value of P? And remember from our help above, in this box above, P is the distance between the vertex and the focus. And you see, if the focus is at 0, 1 and the vertex is at 0, 0, then the value of P is just 1. So the distance between the vertex and the focus is 1, and that means our P value is equal to 1. P equals 1. Okay, let's start to write our equation. We know that the equation for a parabola is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And we know what our h and k are. We know our vertex is 0, 0. That means h is 0 and k is 0. So we can fill those in. Y equals, I'm going to fill in here h minus 0 squared plus 0, h and k, 0 and 0. Let's fix this h so we can tell it's not a 6. You guys put up with my messy writing here. That is a 0. So all we're left with is figuring out what the value of a is. This is where you need to recall. This is a formula you can write on your help sheet for the test. A is actually equal to 1 over 4p. Since we figured out that p, the distance between the vertex and the focus, is just 1 unit, we can plug in 1 over 4 times 1, which is just 1/4. That means our a value is just 1 over 4. Now, sometimes the question comes up, is that negative 1/4 or positive 1/4? Think about this, class. If the focus is here and the vertex is here, and we know the directrix is going to be somewhere down here, remember our rules of the directrix. The parabola will never touch the directrix. That means this parabola must be facing up. It must be opening up, and that means our a value is going to have to be positive. So the equation of a parabola with a vertex of 0, 0 and a focus of 0, 1 is y equals 1/4 times x minus 0 squared plus 0. On a test, you may see it written like this. Y equals 1/4 x squared, and we're done. The reason why is, if k is 0, we don't have to write it. And if h is 0, x minus 0 squared is exactly the same as x squared, since 0 doesn't do anything to change x. So these are both, again, equivalent equations. They are both possible answers on the test. They both can be there. Pick the one that is showing up in your answer key.